Hello everyone. Today I want to continue to discuss about what's new in Business Central 2023 Wave 2 and the new AL compiler. And as we started last time, we started to talk about development side news. I will attack today the refresh that the IntelliSense got with this latest version. But first, let's take a look at this item here, GetAL V6 preview version on Visual Studio Code Marketplace. What this means is that you know how if you wanted to install the latest AL compiler, AL language extension for Visual Studio Code, you would have to download the container, install the container, grab the VSIX file from there, and then install it in your Visual Studio Code, and you could do some development into a pre-release version. But now you can actually download the latest version, which is the pre-release version from Marketplace. How is that done? Well, on the extensions blade, there is this AL language extension for AL language, and as you can see, I already downloaded the pre-release version, and I will also have the release version. The way you switch between them is you switch to pre-release version to basically go farther to the version of AL compiler for version 23, and switching back to the in runtime 12 and switching back to the released version, which is the one for 22.5 or for runtime 11. You switch to released version, which is going to appear here once we move to the pre-release. Right now I am on runtime 11 22.5. Okay, so that's the first thing. Going back to the documentation, this would be the news, the fact that you can switch back and forth between the two versions of the AL compiler. But as I said, today I want to talk about the AL compiler IntelliSense got a refresh. What's saying here is that in the debugger console we should be able to see to have the IntelliSense popping up, which obviously doesn't happen right now. And let's have a look. So I'm on a runtime 11, as you can see here, runtime 11. I'm on a released version of AL compiler, and I have the famous hello world here. I'm gonna put a breakpoint on the line 10, where is the message line, and I will publish with debugging, waiting for the browser to pop up, and it did pop up, and we should see the debugger as it loads customer list. It should also load here. So if we do rec and dot, we don't see anything. The way to look at the record is to enter the name of the record, and then you can look through the fields. Okay. If I want to see rec dot balance, it's going to show me rec dot balance, but as you can see, rec dot doesn't do anything. Alright, so IntelliSense is not here right now. Let's switch to the pre-release version. Okay, so I'm in Visual Studio Code, and as you can see here, I am in the pre-release version. I basically copied the same objects, runtime 12. It used to be here runtime 11 when I played version 22 of Business Central. Now it's runtime 12. We can also see that we're downloading version 23 platform for application and for platform. We can see here the symbols downloaded, and the page extension is stopped because I started and it's stopped on the message folder, message statement. And we can see here, just like before we used to, we see the record, customer record, we see all the fields. What we expect though with this new release is that we can see the IntelliSense here. But as you can see here, I don't have all the fields. I have only the fields that I searched for before, so it's the kind of like a history of what I searched, and it works. But I was expecting something else. I was expecting to be able to see all fields. So I don't know. Maybe it's something that I'm doing wrong here, or my understanding is incorrect, that the IntelliSense should display all fields on the customer record. Let's say, let's take another one, language code, or let's take salesperson code. So dot, and I don't want any of those. I'm gonna try to get the salesperson code, which is correct. Yeah, I can get the fields that I search for, or I try to inspect them for the value appearing here in the history, but not anything like I was expecting. Something like this here, and I'm not getting that. So yeah, okay, so it's kind of working, mostly not, for me at least. The second IntelliSense change is that get smarter method signature recommendations in IntelliSense, and this is for methods that have the same name but different signatures, so that's called method overloading. And I prepared an example here in which in this code unit use me, I have 3 functions with the same name, my procedure. One is with an integer, the other one is with 2 integers, and the third one is with 2 integers and a reference variable, a Boolean reference variable. And if we were to go to the caller here and we want to use it, if I use it with 1, it shows me, if I use it with 2, it shows me the second function, and if I use it with B, with Boolean, I can see already the function here, so it's expecting a Boolean. So yeah, this seems to work. Okay, so I don't think this is gonna be a very good demo, because I cannot show, as I can see here on the page. I can see here in the example from Microsoft, they have a method with 2 parameters and waiting to enter the third one, and it's showing the definition of the function with 3 parameters. Basically it's waiting for tax kind. I don't get I don't get to do it here. So I don't know, maybe my examples are not great, but I could make it simpler than that. So I can see here the definition for two parameters, and if I add the third one, I can see the third method, but no IntelliSense while writing the code. And it's possible that maybe it's something with my installation of Visual Studio Code, or maybe it's just something wrong. Anyways, this is what I wanted to cover. The two IntelliSense changes for the debugger, debugger console, and for smarter method signature recommendation for the IntelliSense. And yes, I will see you in the next one.